Is it, though? A ruin like any other, I think.
So sensitive.
Perhaps he'll tell you.
Let's get ready. Sienna, I have a question I must ask you. Did you truly feign it all? That which bound us was a ruse?
Detlef, it's not that simple.
Oh no, it's very simple. You either deceived me or not. In forgiving you, I grieve. For now, we must part. A shame.
Sienna.
What did you do?
What I had to do. What she deserved. Beauclair will know peace once more. The vampires will have left the city by dawn. I shall leave as well. Go far away, far from men. You can try to stand in my way. Then I shall kill you both. Though that is not at all my will. The decision is yours.
Prepare to defend yourself.
No chance. I prefer to attack.
Should not have metal!
Leave him to me. Be gone.
I can't let...
I insist.
Hey there, Geralt of Rivia.
What do you want?
Me? Not a thing. Name's Handsome Jacques, and I've already got it all. What I wonder is if there's anything you'd need.
What can you get me?
Exactly. Anything a patron of this little auberge might desire. From decent victuals that won't stew your... Even brought in a slinky piece of ours once. A border claim. You see, out there beyond the walls, I'm a lowly dog's body. But here, in the
You know me?
No. That's a stretch. No, I wouldn't say that, no. But I do know they've assigned you to the laundry, same as me. And I know what you're in for.
Kinda curious to know what you know.
The Duchessa hired you to find the butcher of Beauclair. And you did, but then you let him butcher. Lucky, then, you managed to cut the murderer down. The court could very well...
Seem pretty well
Best informed mutt in this kennel, paws down. Duchessa's cross, no doubt, while you await your trial. Though she never seemed...
Since you seem to know so much, tell me one last...
None can tell you that. Henrietta Saf... But I'd advise against escape. You're a prisoner among many now. Take flight, though.
We gonna report for this laundry duty? Rather get it over.
Away we go. Personally, I'm pleased we're assigned to it. Those rags stink like sick in the sun, but you get used to it.
So I told him. Don't get my...
Here of your own free will, Stefan? Or did they lock you up too? Bet you're thinking about food. What you'll eat once you're free. Mutton leg. That's what I'm dreaming of. Well roasted.
Are you the lout from Rivia?
Yep, I'm that lout.
Come with me. You're to be sentenced.
To what?
To shut it. What am I, the town crier? Hands... Now let's go, and no funny business. Path to freedom. Others walk it straight into eternity.
Which am I headed for?
I don't know. Yet one thing is certain. You will never walk this path again.
Mark Dubois, you are hereby judged guilty of trampling Alice Valref, the cupbearer's wife, while on horseback.
It was an accident. I was riding fast, it's true, but she jumped out in front of me.
In light of the above, there can be but...
No, I didn't do anything! Help! There must be witnesses!
Off we...
Next! Paul, the Witcher, take him to the tower. That's an order.
An order's an order. Guess you're not next after all. You're supposed to follow me.
Why do you make me watch that execution?
So you'd know this is no almshouse for lost orphan boys.
Wanted me to think I was next. Enjoy that? Getting a rise out of folk?
You guessed it. The harlots' hounds that land here, I detest them. So I do everything in my power so they'll know they're in the clink, not on holiday. I've brought the prisoner, sir.
Unbind him and leave us. Greetings, Witcher.
Your face doesn't look good. Though, looked even worse last time I saw...
I apply an arnica extract. But my scars pale in comparison to the fate Siana met with. The fate that... I trusted you. And how did you repay me? Consider it, Witcher. Why do you think the Duchessa...
I'm sorry. Might not believe me, but... couldn't have predicted that turn of events. Certainly never wanted that.
Enough. We shall speak of it no more.
Guess there's been a decision in my case.
Truly, is that all you care about?
Get kinda anxious when my life's on the line.
Your life was never threatened. The court considered various punishments.
Wasn't in attendance, so I wouldn't...
You are in Toussaint, where the rule of law holds. We do not allow lynchings here, and every case is analyzed in minute... It was a difficult case to decide. true, you killed the beast of Beauclair, but you failed to prevent the death of... At any rate, I am not the best person to tell you what was decided in your matter.
What are you talking about? What man? Dandelion?
Sheesh, Geralt. You look like you've seen a ghost.
A ghost wouldn't have surprised me half this much, I promise you. What are you doing in Beauclair?
Officially, visiting Henrietta. That is to say, the Duchess. We're old friends, but you know that. Unofficially, I'm saving your hiney.
You? You're a persona non grata in...
Didn't stop me from risking my skin for you. In my book, friendship is all that matters. Well, friendship and love. And art. Oh, and wine.
How'd you even know I was in prison?
Regis came to see me right after they locked you up. I mean, Regis, right? Can you believe that? To come back after... Amazing. He told me everything.
Take it I'm free thanks to you.
Oh, I have my ways. Took a little persuasive logic, blended in some deft rhetoric, then added a generous pinch of charm, and voila, you're free.
Mind being just a little more specific?
Geralt, you were summoned here to hunt down and destroy the Beast of Beauclair. You undeniably did just that. Facts.
Then why the hell did they throw me in prison?
Specifically, due to the Duchess's sister's untimely demise. But I convinced Henrietta to treat that as a separate matter. After all, your contract said nothing. Thus, you will not only keep your vineyard, but you'll also receive a portion of the remuneration you're owed for killing the Beast of Beauclair.
Dandelion, you're one dirty little rascal.
I'd do anything for a friend.
Thanks.
Listen, some folk forget that under the ducal regalia, she's just an ordinary woman who's lost a loved one.
Been meaning to ask you, how's Priscilla?
All right. Recovering steadily from the horror she's been through.
So, you two, you're still...
Of course we are. How could you even think it was otherwise?
No idea. Just within the realm of possibilities. But please be careful not to lead Anna Henrietta on. Suggest you've come here for it.
The bond between the Duchess and myself is one of pure friendship, nothing more. Now...
All right. See you later.
See you, Geralt.
Off we go. You'll collect your things at the door. Follow me to the exit.
Keep calm. Start no brawl. Open the gate.
Your things are past the first gate. Take them, leave them. I don't really give a fuck.
Don't smile so wide. Someone's liable to see. Could mean trouble.
I can't help myself. Just so glad to...
Glad to see you too, my vampire. Thanks for getting Dandel.
It was nothing. True, he was not at first terribly eager to face the Duchess, but I managed to persuade him his person was indispensable.
What?
Yet he so rarely is, poor man.
What did you do while I...
While you vegetated in that correctional facility, I used the time to think.
Of course.
The relationship between two numbers. Dettlaff's 4 victims and the 5 chivalric virtues. As you've no doubt noted, there's a difference of 1.
Mean to tell me, after all we've figured out, that you now believe in the whole 5 virtues punished theory?
Belief's got nothing to do with it. It's cold logic, deduction. Syanna went to great lengths to make folk believe the beast was punishing those who betrayed the virtues. Were I in her shoes, I'd make sure the number of victims matched. Are you not at all curious who was meant to be the 5th?
If I say yes, what then?
Then you'll come with me for another chat with the bootblack. You see, I've learned he delivered the notes to Dettlaff. Our search starts with him.
Fine, see what he has to say. Could use a good walk. Work.
Come then.
Oh, it's the chap with the swords. Sir, you look like some beast ate you up then spat you out. Are you here for a spiffing? Boots make the man, they say. Step on up.
Need to ask you something.
Yet again? Go on then. I'm a proponent of free speech and I will gladly tell you all I know. But why not get your boots shanked while we jabber?
Guess they could use a spit and polish.
Then I shall take advantage as well. A friend of mine used to say boots should be as clean as the soles that wear them.
Clean boots, clean soles. A fine slogan.
How's business?
Well enough. I can't complain. Though it'd be even better were certain folk to sit down for a shine as they stood and chatted.
Man in the frock coat. You passed him some letters.
Why, of course. I'm young, got a mind like a steel trap, but...
If you're about to tell me this information will cost... How'd you get those letters?
Beggars brought them.
Why didn't you tell us this before, when we first talked?
You didn't ask about beggars now, did you?
Beggars.
Why, 4. 1 for each letter. I can't count, you know.
Remember anything else? These beggars have anything in common?
What? Come now. Each was different. Some had mismatched boots, others... Oh! I know! They all had no home!
Kid, my patience is starting to run a little thin. Remember what they...
Of course. I've a mind like a steel trap, as I said. They were
Geralt, allow me to ask a question. Listen, lad. I'll be... But you must focus now and tell us all you know. Where can we find the beggar?
Well, at the shelter, most like.
Where's that?
Thanks, kid. For your... We must visit the shelter. Look around inside.
You've to move your little camp elsewhere, got it? This is a decent district. We need no filth folk. You? What do you want?
To talk.
Gentlemen, either get out along with these flea-ridden vagabonds, or we'll toss you all out.
Scram! Decent.
The shelter, them living here, bothers you. Question is why.
Look, Ballard. Another defender of the poor. Fighter for justice.
Damn nuisance. We've our women and young folk living next door, when even grown men fear.
Decent folk you meant.
Why?
Hell yes.
Hear that, Artois? He poking insults us.
We should step aside, good fellow. My friend is perfectly capable of settling this unfortunate dispute on his own.
You are one damn...
My spirit as well as my flesh is weak.
That's enough of that.
All right. I can take a hint. I thank you so much for your aid. I tried to reason with them, but they'd have beat me.
What did they want from me?
They are neighbors. We
Need some information. Looking for a man who might have mentioned the Boot Black in Rue de Garl.
The Boot Black? If...
Any of your, wards supposed to meet...
Forgive me. Those I help and I are not so close that I would know. But should you wait? You can question.
Sure, all you...
They're not obliged to come, of course. But they rarely find a decent meal.
Thanks.
My dears, I've a matter to address before I serve the soup. These two gentlemen have some questions of you. Pay attention. Answer in brief. For if you draw it out, your soup will go cold, and we...
Recently, 4 of you delivered sealed letters to the Boot Black.
Does anyone know what's the gentleman mean?
Why should I squeal? We were all told not to mention the letters.
You can tell me, Romain. You were given a letter and you delivered it.
I got one too. Gave it to the Boot Black.
I still have mine. I'm to deliver it 2 days after the Feast of St. Barnabas.
I need the letter. It's very important. It's no use to you anymore.
But I was to deliver it personally. Let no one else see it.
You ought to heed folk who are kind and honest. These men helped me a short...
Damn it.
What is it? Another name, truly?
See for yourself.
Well. I must say, even I did not expect this. This time you will see to our Duchessa. It seems we underestimated Siana rather grossly.
Judging by this, Detloff was literally supposed to tear her heart out.
Yet first you must snap her neck. Puzzling.
Puzzle
Alas, the matter ceased to be a tantalizing brain tease and has turned incredibly grave. We've proof of a plot to assassinate Toussaint's ruler.
Duchess was to be Detloff's last victim. Siana.
Indeed. The logical conclusion, Geralt.
4 seemingly random victims to start. The virtue's their only link. Enough to get folk talking about a righteous, vengeful beast. Obscured the victim's links to Siana, even as she had those she just...
Had she managed to fulfill her plan, none would have questioned the reasons. Most would have thought Anna Hen... She was known to show a hard heart on many occasions. Ample proof of a lack of...
Why would Siana murder her own sister? Out of envy? To take power?
Yes, and yes. All those make sense, and none.
What a...
Now we drink. Unless, that is, you feel a witcherly duty to see the Duchess and... As you wish. I shall await you at Mare la Chaiselongue. A mug of...
Not coming with?
No.
Probably right.
See, before heading to the palace, you might wish to see if Anna Henrietta is not at the city cemetery. She's...
Oh! Oi! Who would have thought? Knights trading in wine while some witcher guards the pond. Keep calm. Start no brawls.
What was that? Look. That twisty twitter, Henrietta. Late kicker.
Don't dare to think you've got carte blanche.
Ooh.
Citizens, a plea from Her Illustrious Highness, the Ducal Chancellor.
Greetings. What do you have on? Farewell.
Good. And in the order submitted, scribes will be available for a part of each day.
I did not think you'd show again. Need I remind you? The Duchess's...
Wouldn't have come if I didn't have to. Promise you that. But I've learned something.
Forgive me if I...
Found a letter Siana wrote. To the murderer.
Very well. You may enter. But I make no promises as regards...
Remember, my dear Henrietta, despair is like a stormy sky. Sooner or later, the sun must drive away the clouds.
That is easy for you to say.
My life hasn't exactly been a bed of roses. True, my sister wasn't murdered, don't even have a sister, actually, but
Your Grace.
The impudence you must harbor to come in.
Calm down. I'm sure Geralt's got a very...
Didn't come here to upset you, milady. Just found this letter and thought you, if anyone, ought to read it. Know what it says.
You are not one to tell me what I should or should.
Siana wrote it. To the murderer.
Really? Maybe you should read it then. It could be...
You read it, Dandelai. Aloud to me.
This time you must see to our Duchessa. Anna Henrietta knows nothing of empathy. Her heart is cold. This shard of ice you must tear from her breast.
My sister could never have written that.
Got proof she did.
No. I don't believe you. I don't...
There, Henrietta.
The letter is vile. It's slander. You must destroy it. Do you hear? No one else must ever read it. Ever!
Consider it done.
And you, out! Get out of here! This is all you're doing! Begone, hear me! I never wish to see you again! I shall never believe she did this. She was not capable. This is an outrage, Dandelion. Tell him it's not true. Tell...
Geralt, get out of here, please.
As to her enlightened highness, didn't go great. Got the full kaleidoscope of her emotional states. Spun through it at an impressive pace, too.
Am I to understand she didn't throw her arms about you and shower you with thanks for saving her from her murderous sister?
Got that right. I don't blame her, though. Luckily, Dandelion was there to smooth things over. Somewhat.
As you know, I had little sympathy for Siana. Nonetheless, I very much regret I could not keep her safe. To you, her ultimate fate, does it still bring on the occasional pang of regret?
Yep. Still.
Well then, drink up.
Siana's dead. Deadloff's gone too. Beauclair's free.
Whichever of them it was.
No, it's hard. A tender subject, but wanted to thank you for helping me with...
You need not.
Hate to pry, but why?
Did I decide to stand against him? I felt rage had consumed him. He'd have remained the beast, irrational, unfit to reason with, incapable of experiencing any... I do not wish such a life upon anyone, and...
I understand.
Forgive me, but I doubt you truly do. And it's very difficult to explain. Let's say I felt the solution I chose to be better for all involved, and for Dettlaff. How do you find my personal brew? Not too strong?
Just right.
Credit the local mandrake of the Alrauna diavolis variety for that. The tubers which grow in this area's volcanic soil have an altogether unique flavor profile and display a remarkably uncommon dark brown tint.
Fascinating. All I can say is this batch turned out excellent.
Indeed. It might be wise to stockpile some roots for the future. Would you...
If you think...
Ah, not a problem. I never forget matters of safety and hygiene in alchemy.
Thanks.
This moonlight makes me...
Penny for your thoughts. Let me guess. Succubus twins?
No, I was thinking about... oh, how anything can look interesting when properly lit.
Even an old necrophage corpse?
You've not an ounce of refinement in you, have you?
Now, where'd that bloodsucker go? Won't be easy to track down. He's a vampire, after all.
Regis!
Damn it, where'd you go?
Did what I had
to do! Those Bruxae, they called you a trick.
Alas, we've a very simple code of honor, we vampires. So simple you might call it trivial.
Won't let it go, will they?
They will not. Fortunately, we've another rule, an unwritten one, and just as trivial as the first. That is why I must leave Toussaint. For a vast...
Yeah, I get it.
Let us make for my camp. I've an up... Supreme bouquet.
Not much of a connoisseur.
Then it is high time you started your education. After all, the Corvo Bianco vineyard is now yours. By the way.
Thanks.
A trifle. That will nonetheless be useful should you need mutagens. Incidentally, have you thought about what you'll do with your prize? Shall you hang your swords over the man...
Don't really know yet. Might find the life of a hard-working vintner too. Or maybe I'll just stick to the path. Go on roaming, staring up at the stars after laying my bedroll.
Ah, roadsides, bedrolls, and the sky above. I can remember a night, not too far from here if I'm not mistaken. We hid in a cave while a blizzard...
How could it not? We just set off to rescue Ciri from Vilgefortz.
Oh, our encounter with Vilgefortz. That is something I do not remember so...
Seemed like a land straight out of a fairy tale back then. Its sole problem, cellars too small to accomplish.
Appearances, Geralt. Appearances, like Mamoons and Dopplers, deceive.
Killed him. I so don't feel...
So we shall, my friend. We have witnessed, and in fact on several occasions incited, many great and weighty events. After all that toil, I believe we deserve a bit of a rest.
That we do.